Testing 1, 2. Okay. All right. Trade. Yeah, get sound. Yes. Testing. That is there. All right. So starting off the morning, looking at NASDAQ. NASDAQ had quite a bit of a little move down, found a double bottom here at the 22,500s. Bounced up a little bit, and it's now in this little resting period. We're here on a nice Wednesday morning. Looking around. So for right now, let's jump over to the scans. And another thing, yes, well, never mind. Let's go to the scans. Right now I'm seeing ELWS. ELWS does not look like it has any press release news on today. Looks like they had an SEC filing on yesterday. The filing is, let's go read this. All right, so Early Works, they have a general corporate statement from a foreign issuer. So this is a foreign company. Report a foreign private issuer pursuant to rule, blah, blah, blah. All right, so exhibition number, notice of convocation of the 7th ordinary general meetings of shareholders, form of proxy card. Let's see. This is English translation of the original issued in Japanese. Okay, so this is an Asian-based company. We would like to take this opportunity to thank you for your continued support, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so number 1, date and time. 2, venue, conference room of our head office. Matters to business report. Objects matters to business report for the 7th reported for the 7th be reported fiscal year. So this is translation from Japanese. That's why it's looking like this. Let's see, are they talking? I doubt they're going to be talking any money in here. It says Early Works Company Limited assumes no responsibility for the translation for direct or indirect or other forms of damages arising from the translation. This document has been translated from the Japanese original. Okay, they're giving disclaimers that if things don't, come over as they should, they accept no responsibility. Oh, that's always good news. All right, blockchain business 179, blah blah. What blockchain are they talking about? Keep seeing blockchain, but Pocket. Well, what is it saying? COVID-19 prolonged geopolitical risk development. In addition, we achieved multiple real-world applications of blockchain technology. Okay, expansion of the development scale of national clients through partnership with Pocket RD, the launch of commercial. So it's something dealing with blockchain, but it's just not really clear. Okay, so here's some sales. As a result of these initiatives, for 2025 fiscal year, our net sales totaled 438 million yen compared to 179 million yen in the previous fiscal year. Operating loss was 252 million. Okay. They got 20 employees, changed from end of the previous, so they hired 15 more people. Shareholders, pretty much all of their shareholders are Asia Pacific. And the biggest holder is Satoshi Kobayashi. I don't know if y'all know about Satoshi, but that's was what they were saying. The name of the person who originated Bitcoin was Satoshi. But yeah, that's all just pumping up the whole meme and the lore of their crypto base. Oh boy. We have seen quite a bit of runs on crypto, but this one has no strong catalyst going towards crypto. The other ones they had, they're doing different things. They had more notable things that just stood out in the news. This one, not so much. Company auditor, blah blah blah. So all of their auditors and everything is Japanese. Everybody on their board. Okay. What? Here's some stuff. What is this? Income statement. Okay, balance sheet. Current assets looks like 138,000. Current liabilities 77. Total debt buildings. Accounts receivable, accounts payable. Okay. If you guys are seeing anything else other than this ELWS, definitely shout it out. Balance. This is our statement of changes, shareholder changes. So beginning balance 50,000. Net income. So more people invested in it, but Satoshi. Date of birth 1985. April, served City Hall. Co-founded company. Okay. Let's go look over here in so the float on this one is looking like 1.30 on this Asian company. Let's go look over here at what's this? ELWS. Early Works Co. Early Works Company Limited operates as a blockchain-based technology company in Japan. The company builds products, delivers services, and develops solutions based on proprietary grid ledger system to utilize blockchain in various business settings, including advertising or advertisement tracking, online visitor management, and sales of non-fungible tokens. It also offers software and system development and consulting and solution services. In addition, the company develops NFT trading platforms and sells NFTs. The company serves the information technology, metaverse, advertisement, real estate, telecommunication, and entertainment industries. Early Works Company Limited was incorporated in 2018 and is headquartered in Tokyo, Japan. Okay, so let's go look at the chart for this. Let's go look at the chart for this. So on the 15 minutes, 250s were the lows down here, coming back down to the 350s. Look at the daily chart. One thing that I did notice from yesterday's stream is when I was actually showing you guys different screens, it never switched because I was editing before the stream, and I had left it in studio mode. And when I was switching and showing you the different screens, like the daily chart and all of this and the scanners, it never switched because it was in studio mode. And so I was like, dang. But today it is out of studio mode, I believe. Let me make sure. Yep, out of studio mode. So y'all should see me switching around. This is the daily chart for ELWS, and we want to look for obvious things. But the other thing is, this is an Asian company, so you got to be careful. And it's an Asian company without catalyst on today, without day one catalyst. So we got levels up here at 367, which is actually right now. So we got a super obvious level here. Pulled all the way down, and I'm guessing this little spot down here must be something at 250. So I'll go ahead and mark these up as spots that could become some unconfirmed resistance. So today is the June 2nd. Copy that and paste. Oh, I should have put daily on here. Daily and unconfirmed. All right. Then we will duplicate this, and another one needs to go right here to 250. That's the last place it got slammed down to. And now let's back this chart up a little bit. Work our way back. We can see other points that tested that 368 level. We had kind of a big break back here at 2024. Looks like November 2024. Big pop, and then a back down through that level. Again, big pop back down through that 368 level. Again and again over time, that 368. Then they had, I wonder how many reverse splits they've done. Let me look at their reverse splits real quick. Reverse splits. How many reverse splits has ELWS done? All right, so Early Works has undergone one reverse split on May 16th, 2024. The company executed a 1-for-5 reverse split in order to comply with NASDAQ's minimum bid price requirement. This is the only reverse split that it has done. So back in May 2024. All right. So these are the levels that we saw out there. Now we're looking at the 15 minutes. So pretty much makes sense. It's trading in between these obvious levels because nobody's buying above it, nobody's holding above it, and nobody's trying to, you know, really force the process here. Let's go ahead and dive down to the 5 minute. Okay, that's the 5 minute. Let's go ahead and see if we can see any kind of trends that we would like to see break down. So starting down here where it kind of flat bottomed here. Oops, that's not a trend line. And we'll look to see if it can break this down. So at this point, it's got room back down to these 290s. Again, at this obvious level that we saw on the daily chart. And we keep seeing it come back through it. So it came back once, came back twice, and just needs to break down this 350 to get going downwards. Again, this one does not have catalyst on the day. That's why I'm not like super duper trying to jump into it because it may be something later on. Oh, let's go over the trades from yesterday. My bad. I forgot. Okay, so these are my first trades of the month. So I took 3 trades yesterday. Took the first one on ATAI. It had catalyst, but it was a larger float, and I just didn't want it to take all my money, so I just stopped out. $21 loss on the first trade. Lost 7 cents per share. Then I was watching VVOS later on in the day. It had catalyst and it was a micro float. It paid me 160 bucks, and then I tried it again. I don't know how this thing slipped me this much on VVOS, my secondary trade here, but I was up like I was up a good bit. I was up, like 20 something bucks. And when it stopped me out, I guess it must have just been a low volume, but it literally took everything. I was up, had my stop loss above where I had entered. I entered at 389, and I was working my stop up every 10 cents. So if it goes up 10 cents, I'll move my stop up 10 cents, right? Because it was low volume and I didn't want to get slashed down. But this thing took everything. I'm like, bro, I went from 20 bucks to like a 7 cent or a negative 7 cent loss. But it's all good. But this is where we sit on the month for right now. The first trade of the month, maybe. Okay, yeah. First trade of the month there, 139 bucks because I took that $20 loss. So made 160 on the trade and also made the loss back, and we're just sitting here. This is a short week, so we only got 2 more days to trade, and kind of seeing what it wants to do. But so far green on the month or whatnot. Okay, so again, we're floating above this level of the 368. We found more resistance up here and a lower high. So first high was 445, then 417, then 411. We're just looking for breakdowns back towards this level down here. Looking for something else with some catalyst to come up. This one has 23 million shares traded. So if it is leading the day, if it's leading the pre-market with this kind of volume, I would kind of sit back on my hands because it's not great, but people are super into it. We look over here on the relative volume, we can see it's 300 times, almost 300 times its norm. So it's an abnormal mover. And why people are interested in it, I don't know. We looked into it. It's got a little bit of the crypto catalyst, but further than that, nothing on the day that I'm like, oh man, I just gotta get into this. Looking for that big failure back into this zone here. So it's got some type of trend, but we don't even know if this is a trend yet because it's not confirmed. So it's got one tap down here, 205, another tap at 250, and possible drop to 290s. We also have another one that I did not see here. I like to draw every different possibility of a thing going up. So we got one thin one right here that is kind of holding. Got 1, 2, 3. I want to draw every possibility to see where resistance could be once these things break down. New resistance. And we also have one right here too. Because when you're trading something that doesn't make sense or analyzing something that doesn't make sense, kind of got to find where people are showing respect. The point of control right now is at $3.36. Good morning, Donnell. $3.36 there, and it has not moved yet. Not a whole lot of volume or not more volume than down here has come in yet. We're just looking at this volume profile. But yeah, lower low, lower highs. Looking for that breakdown of this first level, which has been tapped 3 times. and room down to back to this point of control. Let's go and bump over to Yahoo Finance, see what's on the front page. And we'll actually, let's go to the FOMC first. Today is the 2nd. There are no speakers today. The speaker was yesterday at Powell. And no more speakers for the rest of the week, looks like. All right, so back over here, Yahoo Finance. Let's see what's on the front page. Apple and Meta are approving it. AI is going corporate. I think it's being corporate. Trump's 35% threat feeds Japan's worst case terror fears. So remember, the stock that's moving today, that's leading the day, is Japanese. On the front page, it says Trump's 35% threat feeds Japan's worst case terror fears. Social Security checks slashed for millions this month. Bets on Goldilocks stocks bump up. Paramount settles Trump's 60-minute suit. Tesla shares of China-made EVs rise for the first time in 9 months. Okay. Futures inch higher. All right. All right, but yeah, we just got to remember that, let me actually notate this, that this is a Asian-based company, so it should be careful with it. Put it right down here. So this is a Asian-based company with front page news of a tariff threat. Asian-based company in Asia is, or Japan, my bad. This is not just an Asian-based company, but Japanese. Japanese company with front page news of 35% tariff threat. Oops, tariff threat. Okay. And okay. All right, so we got that out there. We'll be able to see that all day. Asian based. Came down and tested this first level. Trying to hold up a little bit there. We just want to see where the drop comes and where it ends up respecting down here. $25 million shares traded, 312 times its norm with the tariff threat. Hmm. $393s. Come on, drop down through there. Little pump up there. Keeps finding their resistance right at that $4 level. Okay, coming back, tapping. Tapped one of these trends, but continues to bounce there. Thinking shorts have more incentive on this one, especially from here. It could fade all the way down. I mean, $2.50 isn't a bad run down, but they're building their position, especially with this many shares traded, 25 million shares traded. It's a high chance that shorts, even professional shorts, are playing this one. That much share size or that much rotation, because it doesn't look like that many opportunities to buy breakouts and all of that on this one. 368, what you trying to do? It's got all of these. There's a little one right here. Any of them is what I want to see. Got one right here. I'm looking for it to just invalidate these. Whole bunch of places people could be looking. I try to, like I said, I try to visualize every possible, way that somebody could be visualizing this as a trend up, and see where the respect lies. Now it's just a couple of cents away from that 368. And the 368, that is from the daily chart. That's not on the trend. That's actually, on the biggest time frame checking in. So 368 getting tapped there. Point of control at 363. Can it go ahead and break back down under these levels? Waiting for something else to pop up though. If it does, it might be an intraday trade rather than a pre-market until this one falls. Hmm. 368 tap down again. Tap down to this little trend up in here. Can he get a break of it? Did not get that break. Hmm. Get out. Get out. Just chilling. Just chilling. One good thing about these type of stocks leading the day is it kind of sets you at ease. You're like, okay, well, it's giving me more time to evaluate, more time to think about what I saw in the news, just more time to reflect. Sometimes in pre-market, when they don't give you that time, it's just like, oh, good news, let's go. you know what I'm saying, and it's news on the day and you're ready to attack, they don't really give you that time to reflect. But this, you just sitting, watching people get cooked, kind of like sitting in front of a microwave without anything in the microwave. It's just hugging that 368 right now, waiting for that splash down. And the further that it gets away, the more that it consolidates away from these. I actually end up cleaning these up during the day. So I start from the top one, just deleting them, getting rid of them, cleaning up the charts, looking for the next uptrend when it does end up dumping. Okay, breaking down. What's the bottom of this one? The bottom of this one is 344. Did almost, bro, what's the low of this? 343. So it did break to new lows there. Mm-hmm. Doesn't have enough taps yet though. Still got that 368 sitting up there nice and strong though. Hmm. If it does break down and just invalidate it. It looks like it does want to break down some more. Invalidate it. got room back up to this 368 to test. We'll see if it goes back up there, but definitely got some overhead. I mean, at this point, I would say that this is a confirmed resistance at 368, but we don't exactly know that just yet until it makes a lower high under this 368. That previous uptrend found a little bit of resistance, so that's a dual hit right there. So that's the point of control and the previous uptrend it just tapped. And we'll see if it can prove that this is a lower high. The only way they can prove that is that it continues to make lower highs underneath this one. So 362 is the high there. Mm-hmm. Woo, getting all the way back. Oh, slow down. I thought you were just going to hold here. Okay, well, it tapped and it looks like it's forming a channel. So it's looking like it's showing a little bit of respect in here. Well, to the upside, this downside is kind of getting punched in the mouth. Still has room down here to this original trend, down here to the 314s. But that is definitely a lower high under the 368. So I'm going to change this to confirmed resistance. Confirmed, and then we still got a unconfirmed. Well, this shouldn't actually be resistance. Let's say support down here. Could be some type of support at 250s. Okay, so if it crashes down through here, we'll have to identify new uptrends above this original one. 340 holding on for dear life. This needs to stay under the 362. Looking a little heavy at that 340. Made the lower high. I mean, it's got every reason to go down, but the market is the market. So we'll see. breaking out of that little channel. Got room down here. 316 right now. $332s, 330s. Can it get all the way to the 316? I don't know. But now we have some more evidence that it's probably not going to reach back up here. This was breaking down, so let's go ahead and do new trends down here. Starting from the original. There. Continue to the right. Just looking for it to just continue to validate this downwards move. Until there's nothing left to hold it up, and then it's just got space down to 250. Oh man. Almost 30 million shares traded on this thing. Let's look at the 15-minute, see if we can identify anything here, because we looked at the daily. We're looking at that 1 minute. So this is what the 15-minute looks like. Just straight up death, death, death. It's down here. Oh, it is going to the 316s. Hold up, let me go back to the 1 minute. Okay, so it almost reached the level here, 316 we were talking about earlier. So let me remove it, invalidated this one as a point. And it got down to that 316, 319 level there. So we're just gonna let that one ride. It just needs to make a new high. Maybe it'll retest up here, but below this is like no man's land. It's gonna have to make a whole new uptrend from here, from the original point, because it's breaking down that bottom of the triangle. So now we'll see if it can get over 334s and kind of come up here and test some of these and then fail again. Anyway, let's jump over to the 5 minute. So the 5, we had a little bit of pressure here at 350s. Coming down here trying to break down this 315. On the 15-minute, we for sure see this up here at $4 was a problem for it. $15-minute confirmed resistance. Hmm. It's trying to hold this level, but below this level, it's kind of like short circuit in too much control. So I was expecting it to bounce up a little bit more, maybe to test back to 340 or 3, maybe even 368, but they don't want to see this fall. Not yet, right? All right. So let's see if we can get over this to 336, 326 right there, 325 level off of this. There's the pop up. It's got two levels up here. 368 is the hard level. And then it's got two imaginary levels, which could be some type of resistance, but we'll see. And you may be like, well, why aren't you in this? Because it has no catalyst on the day. So it's out of scope for me. Has none of that sweet, juicy day one catalyst. And it has a front page on Yahoo Finance that it is under Japan. Their country is under tariff threat, 35% tariff threat. So I'm like, yeah, no. All right, so let's see if we can tap this 368 and come back down. Yeah, almost got it. Still lower than that. Okay, getting up there now. Point of control at 336 here on the 1 minute. Can we get that tap to 368 and then start finding that resistance again? $350s, 358. And you also may ask, why are you even watching this? Why watch this? Because it's the only thing on my scanner. It may be out of scope, but it's literally the only thing. I learned that I end up losing money trying to dig for trades, digging around for things, just looking here and there. It's like, bro, just chill. You got a scanner that's doing work. It makes you money every single day. Just trust the process. Watch these things that you don't want to trade, and that way you have even more gas in the tank when you do see something you want to trade to do it. Because right now it's kind of like watching somebody else play a video game. You're like, man, I want to get in the game, but my scope is not met. So, yeah, it is what it is. Came back up here to this 359 level, but didn't exactly break through it. And now it has this bottom here, so it has been tested 3 times. One down here 205, one time at 250, and then another time at 322. So now definitely has, it needs to hold this level to continue up. And that's a problem because it doesn't have the catalyst to push. See 368 come into play. Where did 368 pop? Boom. 368 pop and a slap down. Let's get that slap. You're back in this level. Shorts wanted here. And slappage. Big old slap. About to close this candle right on the 368, which isn't a good look. Bang. See if we can get some more downwards movement here. slapped in the mouth. Right up to that 368, right up to that previous trend level. It's like a trifecta. It hit the point of control, 368, and the top of this. Everything went wrong for it. And closing up right at the 368. Got slapped up in the mouth right there. Little blood on the teeth. All right, let's go look at the 5 and the 15 and all that good stuff. This is what it's looking like, trying to overtake this body at 368. Tried to get back into the zone, but just could not. Five minutes. Has a bottom down here of 340s that it needs to break back down. Is volume slowing down? Coming in at a couple tens of thousands at a time. So volume not really slowing down. But this 368 is proving itself as a problem for sure. Back up to that trend. Will it fail off that trend again? Can it get slapped in the mouth? Yeah, 368 and that trend are kind of working in tandem. Oh, we got another trend in here I need to take note of. So this one is a steeper. Oh no. Uh, just taking note of the trends that are being formulated here. That one's a pretty steep one. I don't think it's gonna be able to hold that one. It might consolidate through this and drop. That's steep. We'll see if it can break down. Has room down here to the 350s. 350s. Then we got the main trend down here at 330 right now. Pretty steep trend there for it to try to hold. So looking like it's going to open up a candle under the 368 once again. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times that it has failed at 368. That's a steep trend to try to hold for sure. They're fighting gravity. Bang, bang. So let's see how far it drops. On the bottom of this previous channel here, you got about 20 cents of falling to this main channel. Threw a wick down there. Is that all we're going to get is a wick, or you want to get some body down there? So invalidated this this steep trend here, broke it by quite a bit. Almost 400 times the normal volume on this thing. Quick peep at DA. Oh yeah. Let's get over there to that. Oh, there were a couple call outs. GVH and then DAIC. Okay, let's go look at that. GVH. What was this one? Woo! What? 50% up. Yeah, 9 cents. Scary trading right there. 100 million volume holding around 9 cents. Yeah, there's a reason it's holding around 9 cents, because it can't go anywhere. It can't go anywhere else. Let me look at DAIC. Okay, so DAIC. Not seeing this one. Is this some? Let's see. Check the float here. DAIC. Last news was, well, that's not even its own news. So last news of it was on May 27th. Press release. So no news on today. .ai to begin trading on NASDAQ June 23rd. So it's a recent IPO. And let's see. It opened back here. Open up back here. Let's go to the 15-minute. Okay, so it's been walking its way down. What do they do? Let's go see what they do. DAIC. Oh, DAIC. Let's see. CID Holding Company Inc. provides asset tracking and workflow management solutions for operations intensive enterprises. Its solutions may offer safety and assurance for enterprise processes. The company is based out of Bethesda, Maryland. The other one that you called out, GVH, Global Vend Holdings, together with its subsidiaries, provides integrated cross-border logistics services and air freight forwarding services in Hong Kong, Australia, and New Zealand. The company's services include parcel consolidation and air freight forwarding, customs clearance, on-carriage parcel transportation and delivery. It serves e-commerce merchants and is an operator of e-commerce platforms. The company was founded in 2016 and is based in Perth, Australia. Global Vin Holdings Limited is a subsidiary of Global Vin Investments Limited. So their main population that they service is Hong Kong. So I guess another kind of Chinese-ish leader. It's up 26%, but with these other ones moving, I think you can make more money on something that's moving a little bit more, for sure. Yeah, most of the times, with these cheaper ones, it's like the number one reason that a lot of big traders don't trade them is because it's too easy to oversize. You can be in a million shares before you know it. And then if volume dries up, how do you get out? Right? The second thing is the range, distance traveled or distance possible to travel in the ATR. So if it only moves, let's say it moves 2 cents a day or something like that, or maybe even for this one, maybe 1 cent a day. Like if you get in, how big does your position size have to be to capitalize on that distance travel? You know, again, another oversizing thing. So, I can't go on this one like this and take 300 shares on a day trade and make money. You know what I'm saying? I can do that on these. I can do that on something like DAIC, but it's still gonna be without a catalyst. It's gonna be hard. Let me see. Anything else popped up on the scan? Nope. Still ELWS over here. DI, did it have it didn't have any. No, it was just a recent IPO. No kind of news though. Do I see a float? Is it showing a float for this? Or nope, no floats or anything has been published yet on DAIC. Does not look like the greatest setup on the 15-minute either. Let's go back over and look at the one that was on the chart though, on the scan, see where it's living at. Go back over here to the 1 minute, see. Okay, so it did end up getting breaking down this level here. And the 368 did end up holding it down. Let's look at the overall market too. Where we sitting. So it's looking like it's still trying to test this downside into the coming into the open. It is 7 o'clock, top of the hour. We are taking no trades because nothing has aligned with any kind of money making schemes. It's got to make sense. We got an 80% mover that's up 482 times its norm, but it doesn't have a catalyst, so the stars just aren't aligning. But yeah, let's see. Overall downtrend on this one though, it hit a high this morning of 1996. And the thing is, just because it's a certain price still doesn't warrant a trade. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh yeah, this thing is higher price, it can give us more moves, but does it make sense? Does it have a catalyst? Is it the company actually doing something that makes sense to move back up? Is what I'm looking for. So the range alone doesn't do it either. You got to have everything. Give me the catalyst, give me the range, give me the ATR, give me the RVOL, give me the float, give me everything. I want it all. And then I attack. All right. So ELWS, we should be getting something else by now because this thing is in slow death mode. So it ended up not being able to break back through that 368 and looking like it wants to break a little bit lower. 319s down here has room all the way down to the 250s, but and has invalidated this trend right here. But that trend could become some type of resistance. So we remove these upper trend lines, continue to clean out the chart so we don't have a tangled nest of things. And we're looking for new uptrends to start or something else to pop on the scans. that was the original. 1, 2, 3, and it failed all of that. But this could work as some type of resistance here. And the further away it gets, the more impossible that move becomes, really. But yeah, hopefully you guys this week is going good. You know, the first day of trading has passed us. Um, and I just want to continue doing what I'm doing. It's pretty consistent. Not really pushing the limits, trying to make $1,000 a day or whatever. I just want consistency. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what I've realized. It's like, bro, why? Just be consistent. If you can make $100 a day, right? You can make $100 a day on top of your work or something like that. You're good to go. You're good to go. Why? Because that's gonna give you $2,000 at the end of the month. $2,000. Now you could push the limits and you can be like, yeah, I just want to make 5,000 every trade. But it's like, I'm good with, because if you make $100 a day, you're making more than minimum wage. Minimum wage per week, $7.25 for a 40-hour week is $290 in that week. That's minimum wage, right? So every week you can look and be like, did I make over $290? If it's a no, then you are below minimum wage. If it's a yes, great, you've made minimum wage. So that's my goal. Just be above minimum wage. And sometimes I get super blessed and it jumps up even more, but it's like, it is what it is, man. Take the payment, lock up the money, get the money in the account, and move on to the next day. Move on to the next day. This thing's getting punished. Did I talk about CYN? No, I didn't. CYN, let me see what that is. CYN, it moved from 12 up here to 1632. It is below that ATR high there. I don't know if this one, does it have news on the day or something? July 2nd, it says it readies for the next phase of growth with funding. Isn't this the one that did the offering? Yeah, it did the offering. So they did the offering. Yeah, not sure. They had they put out an offering for a sale of 17.2 million shares at 750. It hasn't reached back down to 750. I don't know why it'll be popping up today, but it's only up 18%, so it's definitely got to put some juice. Let me look at how much volume it has here. CYN. 5 million shares, so it's definitely got some competition on the board. ELWS has 40 million shares. So this is why I'm like, you got to look at the competition too. Like, what is the competition doing here? Are shorts going to leave ELWS for CYN? When we just look at a liquidity, like the amount of, or the speed that you can get out of the trade, right? I don't know. They might. It's up 16%, and I'd much rather it be over 20%. Plus, it's also already struggled with this ATR high here. So I don't know. And it follows the market. It's got a 2.2 beta score. So if the market is going down, this one follows it slowly. So let's say if the market goes down today, it could follow it very slowly downward. So it could just be doing a move like this and pop down, just because of the market. And I don't see any kind of it says, let's look at this. Let's look at this most recent news from 6 a.m. So this news has been out since 6 a.m. and no heavy trading has come over here. So I'll be careful on that. Cgen raised 32 million last week. Of course they did. They did an offering and ripped everybody's pockets out. Of course they raised 32 million. Drive mod vehicles have been deployed across multiple industries, including automotive, logistics, and CPG. The company is accelerating its product development via new partnerships with NVIDIA and a relocation to a new, larger facility. Boy, we paid for everything for them, didn't we? They did that offer and ripped everybody's pockets out. They got a new house. They were like, yeah, let me go and let me go and get let me go buy everything. Let's see. Cgen shareholders last week. Cgen completed a $32 million capital raise, fully utilizing our shelf registration. Pretty much saying, yeah, thanks guys. Thanks for all of your money. This funding strengthens our balance sheet, of course it does, and enables us to continue executing our growth plans without the need to raise additional capital in the near term. Our autonomous drive mod vehicles are now operating in warehouse aisles and across factory floors around the clock, delivering measurable improvements to safety, productivity, and labor costs. In recent months, we've deployed drive mod enabled vehicles at several new sites across industries, including manufacturing, automotive, logistics, and consumer packaged goods. For our clients, our autonomous vehicles are becoming part of how critical work gets done and provide them a competitive advantage. To keep up this demand, we've relocated into new headquarters office in Mountain View that includes larger test and demonstration areas to support our product development and increase on-site selling activities. Similarly, our collaboration with NVIDIA has helped us move faster. Isaac Sim is a high fidelity simulation environment that enables us to bring new capabilities to the market safely, quickly, and affordably. They got 23 patents granted to date. And yeah, I don't know, man. I really don't think this thing's going to push again. Last week was their money grab. They made 32 million off the market. If they just want to be greedy, I guess they could try it again, but that's some greedy work if they try that again. So I don't know about CYN. But that's crazy. Imagine 1 week. 1 week you're, sitting scrap for cash, you need to do things, and then you put out this shelf registration, this offering. As well, first you put out your good news, and you're like, okay, we put out the good news, but we've got this shelf registration from way back that we know people aren't gonna read the news, so they're not gonna see this shelf. And then it goes up this much, and the next week you're up 32 million. Mm, mm, mm. That's some major, some real money movement right there. But yeah, just waiting for something to pop up, man. Sitting back chilling like a villain. It's almost 8 o'clock. Something else needs to come and challenge the day. I want to see EWLS fail on the day first before I start trading anything else. Though, even if something pops up, I want to make sure that it because it's gonna have a lot of competition on the board. It's gonna be a lot easier if ELWS is fading on the day, like consistently just fading off into nothing, and then something else is moving higher. That's what I want to see. Because as long as it's holding these levels, I feel there's a threat that people could come in and try something crazy. But the volume has definitely kind of dried up. Let's see, the volume was coming in hundreds of thousands at a time, and now it's down to tens of thousands at a time. So that's looking good as it continues to shrink up. Boy, I would love to be up 32 million in a week, man. How much is that an hour? Like, if you made 32 million in a week, that's like, I don't even want to do that math. That's a nightmare. But I guess that's how what's Facebook's guy? Does he make 32? Yeah, I don't think he makes 32 million in a week. But it's failing the next level here. So we remove that. So it just continues to just drop on down. Has room down here to the 250s. I'm just waiting to hear that pop in my ears for something new. Come on, baby. I know you're somewhere around here. Something with that potential. Oh, and I don't know if I told y'all. So on Benzinga, the way that I have my criteria set up, I'm looking for things over $2. Well, let me just show y'all the filter. So here's the filter right here for what I'm looking for on the micro caps. So I'm looking for a price above 2, looking for shares float, micro floats under 10 million, looking for volume over a million, looking for a change of at least 20%, and relative volume of 5. And so that's what that one's looking for. The other one is for the higher floats. Anything that's higher than 10 million, looking for here, looking for anything that is up 10%. Share float above 10 million, relative volume of 5, price is at least $2, and volume is at least 5 million. For the higher floats, I kind of want to see a little bit more volume before I start trading them, because they're higher floats. They move slower, and if people are really attracted, volume will be pouring in there. But I don't like trading those high floats on low volume, because they can dry up very quick, and you'll be left holding the bag. Right, so I did do another little breakdown over here. Only up 60%, man. Breaking down, so it was at $4, and now has moved it down $1, and we're getting another new low here, with the previous one still up there. So basically what I do is I continue to do this all the way until it breaks all the way down and it has no more uptrends. Especially on something that has catalyst, I continue to just look for a natural, nice little natural trend going up. But you know, on this one without a catalyst, there's no reason for it to just pop through the roof unless catalyst just pops out of nowhere. But that'll be unpredictable. Also got one right there. Okay. So we'll just see if it continues to fill out. But we know for sure these are confirmed resistance levels up here. Let's look at the 15-minute. 15 minutes. So volume. Okay, volume has decreased even more. So barely moving tens of thousands now. Moving like 1,000, 2,000 at a time, which is even better. Just drying up. That's what we want to see on a stock that doesn't make sense, that isn't good. But we know somewhere in the market that volume is going. And if that thing meets the criteria, it will pop up. Let's jump over here to the overall market. Let's also look at oil and everything else. So on the overall market, looks like it made a lower low there. Jump to the 15 minutes. 15 minutes, a little bit lower low. Let's jump over to oil. See what we're paying for a barrel of oil. Oil is up, and of course, Trump's big beautiful bill did end up passing. So you know, or they call it Trump's mega bill because they didn't want to say big beautiful bill. Um, and we'll see how that goes. You know, that's why oil is ripped because Trump already said he wanted to see the oil markets come back up. He wanted to become the number one and bring all of that back into the U.S. So, you know, that's why oil is probably going to end up ripping back up at some point. But right now it's just flat here. Um, a couple weeks ago, it was up here at 78, 78, 78. But now with this bill passing, it has a lot of, you can see it's just consolidating. People are thinking about it and accumulating. And you can see the little volume levels in here. People just accumulating at these different prices, waiting for the move back over at 66, 67. Okay. Back over to EW, whatever. Now looking like it wants to fail even under $3. So it's a slow mover at this point. And point of control is all the way up here at 363. Way away. On the 15-minute point of control is at 346, and on the 15-minute point of control is at 355. So there's a range between 355 and 363 where that point of control is between the different time frames. So point of control 346, and then point of control at 355 there. And it seems like it wants to get down through $3 right now. Only up 58%. Any IPOs? Let's go look at that. So today or yesterday, I thought there was going to be an IPO called CV. It said that it was supposed to open, but it did not. And it said that on Nasdaq.com, but they didn't give me accurate data. So I was like, what's going on? So now today is saying that it's going to open CV. CV is Capsule Vision. They're AI and Capsule Vision right here. So view company homepage. C-Vision Inc. is a commercial stage medical technology enterprise. It innovates, manufactures, and markets endoscopic video imaging devices focused on internal imaging of the gastrointestinal system. Internal GI imaging facilitates earlier detection of colorectal cancer and other diseases, enabling more timely and effective treatment regimens for patients. The company's core technology platform is an orally ingestive capsule, including multiple cameras facilitating a 360-degree imaging, light emitting diodes for measurement, onboard memory storage, and battery life permitting recording and onboard storage of video images. The company's products consist of the on-market Capsule Cam Plus, directed at the small intestines, and the in-development Capsule Colon 3D directed at the large intestines. Let's go look at this company website. All right, Capsule Vision. So this is literally like the camera that rolls around inside of you. You know? So Capsule Vision, they got kids, they got all of this. All right. Capsule Vision endoscopy, comprehensive 360 panoramic, so they can take pictures in all directions. No data recorders, just convenience. I don't know what that means. Okay, so let's just read these. Increased diagnostic capabilities with our next generation capsule endoscopy system featuring 4 laterally oriented onboard cameras that capture a 360 panoramic, reduce procedure time for nurses and providers while contributing to improved convenience and satisfaction for patients. Our state-of-the-art cloud-based design was created with both patients and providers in mind. No belts, data, recorders, or equipment costs. Let's see. Read results anytime, anywhere with Capsule Cloud. Streamline your capsule endoscopy process and review with cloud-based video streaming and a user-friendly interface to easily read the comprehensive images captured in Capsule Cam Plus. Simple, fast, and efficient. Approved for patients ages 2 and up. Okay, a non-invasive, conformative diagnostics option for children and adults designed to reduce stress and repeat visits to practice, remote ingestion, and in-office options. Oh, so you can just take this thing at home. Okay. So you can just be at home and be like, yo, I need you to look at my colon. Bloop. Okay. Meet the game changer. I've swallowed other capsules, endoscopy products, but what Captavision is doing is engaging the patient and the provider in a completely new way with Capsule Cam Plus. It's a game changer. It's a 360-degree view. I look forward to taking my next Capsule Cam. Oh, he enjoys the colonoscopy. I see. Let's keep going. Will revolutionize your practice, trusted by providers. Okay. Making a capsule. I mean, I guess it's way more advanced than a finger, right? Because for the most part, they just do the Vaseline in the finger, I believe, and try to see if something's wrong with your... No, that's for prostates. Never mind. This is further up the intestines. This is something that's probably going to go through the digestive tract, sit in the stomach for a little bit. That capsule dissolves, and then it gets to rolling around up in you. Chat. Okay, so yeah, interesting. But that's supposed to be opening up today. I didn't really see any other ones that I was just super like, oh yeah, that's something I want to look at. Let me see. VN. What is VN? VNME. Don't really see much data there. No data there. Okay, review. Oric. Nothing there. Evac. Nothing there. So yeah, CV is looking like the only one with some actual news and all that good stuff. So we'll see what happens with CV. Definitely a new perspective on colon treatments. Being able to actually go in and visualize, different signature things without having to cut the patient open. Yeah, interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Still haven't seen anything pop up. Let me go back over to the scan. I didn't hear any pops. Nope. Still sitting over here with EWNS or whatever. So Mogo, please, let's look at Mogo real quick. Mogo coming on up there, 217. Let's see if it has any kind of catalyst here. Mogo. MOGO. It does have catalyst for the day. It says, well, it has a dual. Okay, so this is all for one company. All right, so broad approved allocation reflects long-term conviction in Bitcoin as a strategic, and it is up 86%. My bad. Board approved allocation for This is all one, yeah. For allocation reflects long-term conviction in Bitcoin as a strategic revert or reserve asset and foundation for innovation across treasury and product strategy, strategic alignment across core business of wealth, payments and lending. Company adopts Bitcoin as a corporate hurdle rate. Says a leading Canadian digital wealth and lending platform today announced that its board of directors has authorized the allocation of up to 50 million to Bitcoin. Okay, so up to 50 million. I don't know if they've already started this or if this is something that just is in the works. As part of the company's long-term capital preservation and product innovation strategy. The move marks a significant step in Mogo's strategic alignment with Bitcoin, integrating it across Treasury policy and its core operating platform. Mogo has been at the forefront of digital asset innovation and for nearly a decade. In 2018, it launched Canada's first Bitcoin account, and in 2020, it became the third U.S. listed company to add Bitcoin to its balance sheet. Following MicroStrategy and Block, and ahead of Tesla, Mogo also played a key role in the formation of Canada's largest independent crypto platform through the 2023 merger of CoinSquare and WonderFi, which recently announced it has entered into an agreement to be acquired by Robinhood. Okay, so this CoinSquare and WonderFi merger is about to be bought up by Robinhood. So is this good for Robinhood, or I wonder what's Robinhood doing? Are they posting about this? Um, building on our history and experience in crypto, we're making a long-term strategic commitment to Bitcoin backed by a deep conviction and the flexibility to build a meaningful Bitcoin reserve that aligns with our capital priorities and market outlook, said Greg Feller. All right, so board approved 50 million authorization. So it doesn't look like it's done yet, but they got the authorization, right? So Bitcoin has a hurdle rate. Let's go look at how much volume this thing has on Mogo. Mogo has 35 million shares traded and is up 95%. Okay. But they got, I'm sure more, let's see, Bitcoin as a hurdle rate. And I actually dropped this article. I can share these articles out. Drop this article in the Discord too. Let me copy URL and I'll drop that in the Discord. So if y'all want to read over it more, it'll be there in the Discord there. There we go. But yeah. Let me know if y'all can open those Benzinga links too in the Discord. I don't know if it takes the account to open it, but I think they should open. Maybe. Just let me know. Let's see, about Mogo, blah, blah, blah. Okay, what was I looking at? I saw strategic integration across the platform. All right, Bitcoin will be integrated across Mogo's core business to deliver value to both shareholders and the company's nearly 2 million Canadian members. Wealth management, Mogo's 400 million plus AUM platform will launch a flagship Bitcoin portfolio based on a 60-40 equity Bitcoin model designed for long-term investors who understand Bitcoin's role as a disruptive store of value. Lending, Mogo is developing Bitcoin-related loan products that will allow all members to gain access to its asset class while also potentially lowering their borrowing rates. Okay, so that's something I would like to take a note of. They're trying to do Bitcoin loan products as well. So let me notate this here. Okay, so notate this as, how do I want to say these notes? potential day trades. I just save it in potential day trades. That's what I do. All right, let's just put Mogo in here. Possible day trade for the future or today. I don't know. Mogo. Can I add notes to this? Let's see, notes. Oops. Notes. Okay, so I do have notes. Let me add that in there. To the back end of this. I don't even need all this stuff. All I want is notes. Whoop. Wrong thing. Okay, I don't need quantity. Don't need. I'll keep those. Market cap, don't really care. Price alert, don't need that. Okay, so notes. Let's just zoom over here and add a note. Okay, so droppers. Where is it? Where was I at? Scanner. I'm tripping. I got the freaking thing right there. I just seen it. Got my, so I can just copy paste over here, really. Okay, so Mogo right here. Is it not gonna open? Is this not the news? This is the news. Oh, this is a different type of news. What is this? Something different about this news? Because it's not open. Oh, this is details. Okay, okay. Yeah, that's what I want. I don't want that other thing. Let me get some details over here. Exit that. Give me details. Signal. How do I press signals? I literally just hit. Just saw details. I thought. Oh, there it is. Okay, now details, and then we'll get news, and we'll go to Mogo. And now we can get those, copy paste those details, right? Maybe it's just presenting it differently over here. Thought it was just me, but I guess I might have to go back over to the scanner and copy it. All right, so board approved, blah, blah, blah. Well, this is what I'm interested in. I'm interested in the lending program. I'm interested in these three things. Strategic integration across the platform is what I want. So I copy that. Buffett mode meets behavioral framework. Don't really care about that. Democratizing access to Bitcoin. Don't care about that. All right, so I got what I want out of there. Potential day trades, Mogo. Let's go slap that in there. Up 119% right now. Notes. We'll add those notes. And Leo popped out. There we go. And add. So there we go. Strategic integration. And so I'll be able to see that I took this note on July 2nd. So when we see that in the future, I will be ready. Ready. All right. But yeah, Mogo up 126%. It has more volume than ELWS. I'm wondering why it's not popping up here. Maybe it's a higher float. Yeah, the float is higher. And it's got to get 5 times. So basically it's got 5 million shares traded, but it's not 5x. Let me look at the ATR on this. Mogo had an ATR of 9 cents. The ATR should be bigger now, but yeah, it's not meeting my criteria as far as a day trade yet. It could, but not yet. It's a higher float too. So float is around 21 million. So it would show up on this bottom scanner instead of a micro float because of this higher float here. Let's look at the short interest here and see if it has been increasing or decreasing or what's been going on. So percent short floated. So it's been around 1% for a while. We would like to see this rising up to maybe, 10% short floated or something like that. That will be There'll be some gasoline in the tank to push shorts to the moon. Anyway, Mogo over here is on the rise, up 140%, but just not showing up for me yet. It's above 2, has 5 million shares traded, has a float of over 10 million, is up at least 10%. The only thing that we're missing is that ATR and relative volume. That's it. So looking at this little trend here, whoops, wrong thing. Let's go ahead and see what it's got going. From the bottom here, where's the trend? Yes, somewhat of a trend here, possibly on the 1 minute. Okay, the other thing is, where's Mogo from? Where is this from? I know I saw it as a Canadian, but I want to just verify real quick. Mogo Inc. Okay, Mogo is out of Vancouver, Canada. All right. That is cool beans. So Mogo definitely getting some attention, getting some action here. But it is a higher float. So it may be grindy during the day, is basically what that higher float means. ELWS has dropped all the way. Let me see which of these. I want to see which one of these criteria is actually holding it off here. It may be this 30 cent ATR probably. Let me exit the ATR and see if it pops up. Yep. So without that, let me see what the ATR is for today. ATR is 23 cents. So it's almost to my 30 cents. I want 30 cents so that I can make money. You know, I'm looking for these things to get up to 30 cents and be able to move at least 30 cents because that's my average winners, 20 to 30 cents. And if it can't do that easily, it's going to make me wait and struggle for 30 cents. And I don't want to do that. So put the ATR back up there. That's why it's not popping up too. So ATR 30 cents and get rid of it. So yeah, that's what's holding it off. So it's meeting all the other criteria. It's got the relative volume and everything else except the range, the distance travel. And it could get there, but it's not there yet. It's not meeting my criteria. All right, anyway, it is 7:45. Mogo probably going to be leading the day. It's got 50 million shares traded. You know, maybe on a dip or something. I might try it. I mean, it does have news on the day and all that, but it's just got an authorization. That's the other thing that's got me on the fence. It hasn't gone into effect. It's not like they purchased 50 million Bitcoin or something like that. They just allocated. So I'm on the fence on that news. I am. I'll keep watching it, and also I'll watch CV open up later today as well. So the IPO that we were talking about. And yeah, we only got 3 to look at, and all of them look kind of rough. ELWS going down to 45%. Oh, it's under $3 now. Okay, so it just continued to walk down the map. Came up there to this little trend here. Bloop. So I will remove that one. Remove these up here. And again, it's making the new downtrend. So we'll do that until it fails all the way out, which I think it's definitely got the possibility to do. Getting flatter and flatter and flatter. But yeah, good call outs today. If you have a strategy for these, that's just my thoughts on them. But you know, if you have a strategy to put forth and make money on them, hey, go get your green, man. Go get your green. And during pre-market, I'm usually trying to trade micro floats because of their explosiveness. Because there are no halts, and there is not a lot of the crazy choppiness. When they explode, they explode. But something like this, you would have to really be careful during pre-market. Um, because if we look at the candles, let's just look at the first candle here, 125 up to 184, 150 up to $2, and they've gotten smaller and smaller. So 165 up to 20 cents there, 180 up to 9, that's 10 cents. So these candles are getting smaller and smaller. With a micro float, you see bigger and bigger candles. You may see one that's 50 cents, and then it starts moving dollars. So that's why I'm more focused on those microflows for pre-market. Doesn't mean that I won't trade this, but I just don't trade these during pre-market. So, it is what it is. And plus, looking at the 15-minute during intraday helps me out a lot to see where these things base out, because they do a lot of chopping, but they still respect something. You just have to identify what that something is. Hit a high up here of 3. Oh, we didn't even look at the daily chart for Mogo. Let's jump over here to the daily chart real quick, and then I think I'm going to get ready for this morning meeting, and I'll update you guys on anything that I'm seeing in the Discord. But for right now, I think we are seeing the things that are leading the day. So on Mogo, daily chart up here had 273 was an obvious level. Let's zoom back some. 273. So obvious daily level. We'll just put unconfirmed, but obvious. Unconfirmed. Confirm level. And we'll date it as today, June 2nd. Wait, this is not June 2nd. This is July 2nd, right? Why did it say June? Tripping. All right. Copy unconfirmed level. We'll just say unconfirmed support since it's below the price action right now at 273. And we'll back up and see, even back here as we rolling back, we see that 273 getting tested. So that's a nice obvious level. Beyond that, we got up here to the a gap up here. It's 364. So that's kind of where it was trading right just a minute ago when we just looked at it. So this is the bottom of the gap at 369, top of the gap. Let me grab this, duplicate. So we got bottom of the gap 363, and then duplicate, drag this on up, top of the gap there. So we'll see if this becomes some type of resistance. Edit, and we'll also check how many reverse splits this thing has done. There, unconfirmed resistance. Okay, let's jump back over and see where that plots out on our today chart. So today, we can see those levels up there, right on up there. It did test that 363. That's where it popped down from. Let's go look at how many reverse splits that this thing has done here. How many reverse splits has, what's the ticker symbol? Mogo. How many reverse splits has Mogo performed? Mogo has performed 3 reverse splits. One in 2012, one in 2023, and one in 2016. The first one was a 1 for 10, second one was a 1 for 10, and the third one was a 1 for 5. So are they as valuable as they seem is the question. They've been doing these reverse splits, trying to keep up with NASDAQ and all of that stuff. Let me look at SEC filings. Do they have any filings for today? They had one yesterday on July 1st. This was a Mogo foreign issuer. Let's read through this and see what's here. press release dated June 30th announcing results for annual general meeting of shareholders. Representing 30. I wonder are any big companies holding this one? Because I see the people, appointment of auditor. Okay. Foreign issuer. Do they have any offerings out here? 2023. Not really seeing any offerings there. Okay. So we'll see how that does. I'm just on the fence on that catalyst, on that authorization. Anyway, like I said, I'm about to get ready to shut it down. See what I see during the day, if anything pops up. But pre-market has been, you know, subpar for sure here on Wednesday. But that does not mean the whole day is botched. We'll just wait and see if anything else pops up and can meet the criteria and pay us. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me today. Probably gonna go and take a walk before the open. We got, you know, it's about to be the top of the hour, so I got about 30 minutes. And then I got the meeting. And a lot of times I go into my morning meeting and then I look over, especially on a day like this, and then something's popping at the open. I'm like, but usually at some point in the day I can make money on it. But I just, you know, during the meeting, I'm like, okay, I don't want to get into this trade and then be, you know, my mind is in two places. I gotta, especially on a meeting where like I may have to present something or something. I'm like, oh boy. I don't want to be in the presentation thinking about a trade. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, that's it for me today. Appreciate you guys for tuning in. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. I'll be back tomorrow, pre-market, trading again. So looking for trades to take during pre-market. But if I don't see any, it is what it is. Right. So let's see. All right. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay. Let's shut it down. Play my music, please. Interesting. So what all do I need to do today? Uh-oh. Somebody's trying to Yeah, I'm gonna have some work to do today. Security alert. Yes, sir. Play the game. All right, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down. I gotta get to this. This is going to be interesting today. All right, y'all. Have fun in the markets today, and we will reconvene tomorrow.